Welcome back to Whiskey and Wisdom, the show where we talk about great pours, honest reviews, and sometimes a little tough love for the whiskey industry. I'm your host, Whiskey Dan, and today we're going to ruffle a few feathers. We're talking about the top 5 overpriced whiskeys on the market right now. These are bottles everyone wants. Bottles you've seen plastered all over Instagram. Bottles that people line up outside liquor stores to get. But when you taste them, you realize you're paying way more for the name than the whiskey. Don't get me wrong. These aren't bad whiskeys. Most of them are actually quite good. But are they worth 2, 3, or even 10 times retail price? That's the real question. And I want to hear from you. What's the most you've ever spent on a bottle, and did you think it was worth it? Shoot me a DM on Instagram at whiskey.andwisdom or leave it in your review. I'll share some of your stories on a future episode. Before we start the countdown, let's set the stage. Whiskey wasn't always like this. Not too long ago, bourbon was considered old-fashioned. Bottles like Weller and even Pappy Van Winkle used to sit on shelves collecting dust. Then came the whiskey boom. Social media, YouTube reviews, and scarcity all played their part. Suddenly, whiskey wasn't just a drink, it was a status symbol, a collectible, a trophy. Here's the thing, though. Scarcity doesn't always mean quality. Just because a bottle is hard to find doesn't mean it's automatically worth double or triple the retail price. Would you ever pay secondary market prices for a bottle, or do you stick to retail only? Think about it while we go through this list. All right, let's kick it off with number 5, Blanton's Single Barrel. Retail price around $65. What most people are paying, $150 to $250. Now, Blanton's has history. It was the first widely marketed single-barrel bourbon. The bottle looks cool, the horse stoppers are collectible, and the hype is everywhere. But here's the truth. It's a good bourbon, not a great bourbon, and it's definitely not worth 4 times retail. Blind taste tests often show people prefer Buffalo Trace or Eagle Rare over Blanton's. You're paying for the bottle and the hype, not the whiskey. Blanton's isn't bourbon anymore, it's an Instagram prop. If you want something better for your wallet and just as good in the glass, grab Eagle Rare, Michter's US 1, or even 1792 Single Barrel. If you could only pick one Buffalo Trace product for your bar, Blanton's, Eagle Rare, or plain Buffalo Trace, which would it be? Let's pause before number 4 and talk about why bottles like Blanton's blow up. It's simple: packaging, scarcity, and status. People want what they can't have. Add a horse topper, put it in a nice box, limit the supply, and boom, you've created demand. It's the same as sneaker drops, luxury watches, or those limited edition Supreme items. Some of you aren't chasing whiskey. You're chasing clout. That horse stopper, that's a $200 toy. Coming in at number 4 is Macallan 12 Sherry Oak. Retail is about $90, but I've seen it selling for under $30, even $150. And here's the thing. It's a good single malt, smooth, classic, and iconic. But the price is inflated by the name. Macallan has built itself into the luxury Scotch brand. It's on billboards, in movies, and it has prestige. But there are other sherry-aged scotches like Glendronach 12, Aberlour Abunadh, or Tamdhu 12 that bring more punch for less money. Macallan 12 is the Gucci flip-flop of whiskey. All brand, little value. Scotch drinkers. Is Macallan worth the extra $40 to you, or do you think it's just name recognition? Now, let's shine a light on the opposite end. The bottles that give you incredible value for the money. For bourbon, Wild Turkey Rare Breed and Four Roses Single Barrel are amazing under $70. For Scotch, Deanston 12 or Glenallachie 12 punch above their price point. For rye, Old Forester Rye 100 and Pikesville Rye are outstanding. For the price of one Johnnie Walker Blue, you could build a starter whiskey shelf that will taste better and impress more. Number 3 is WhistlePig 10-Year Rye. Retail, $90–$100, but often sells for $120 or more. Here's the truth. A lot of their early whiskey wasn't even distilled by WhistlePig. It was sourced. What you're really paying for is branding, not the juice. Don't get me wrong, it's solid rye, but it's not a $120 rye. Alternatives like Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye, High West Double Rye, or Pikesville blow it out of the water for much less. WhistlePig 10 is branding in a bottle, $120 for a story, not the whiskey. Do you care about distillery stories, or is it all about what's in the glass for you? Number 2 is the legend, Pappy Van Winkle 15. Retail price $120. Secondary price $1,500 to $2,000. Yes, you heard me right. Here's the truth. It's excellent bourbon. But is it worth 15 times retail? Absolutely not. At that point, you're paying for bragging rights, not whiskey. Pappy has become a cultural symbol. People camp outside stores, enter lotteries, and chase bottles for years. But for $2,000, you could buy a dozen bourbons that would give you just as much joy. Alternatives: Weller 107, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, Stag Jr. Pappy isn't whiskey anymore, it's Wall Street. You're drinking hype, not bourbon. If someone handed you a bottle of Pappy 15, would you drink it or flip it for $2,000? And finally, number 1, Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Retail, $250 to $300. It's the whiskey CEOs pull out at business dinners. It's smooth, it's elegant, it looks amazing in the box. But here's the problem. It's forgettable. You're paying for prestige, not flavor. For $300, you can buy scotch that will knock your socks off. Try Compass Box Hedonism, Glenfiddich 18, or Balvenie Double Wood 17. Johnnie Walker Blue is liquid status, smooth, expensive, but forgettable. Have you had Blue Label? Did it taste like $300 or more like an $80 blend in a fancy box? Quick bonus round. There are plenty of other overpriced bottles too. E.H. Taylor Limited Editions, Blood Oath Packs, Orphan Barrel releases. Not every limited release is special. Some are just marketing in a fancy box. Not every limited release is special. Some are just cash grabs in a wooden box. Here's how to outsmart the whiskey hype machine. Build relationships with local shop owners. Don't chase the unicorns, look for hidden gems. Explore world whiskeys. Japan, Taiwan, India are putting out amazing bottles. Stop chasing unicorns, start chasing hidden gems. That's where the real whiskey wisdom lives. What's your favorite hidden gem? Under $60. I want to build a listeners list for a future episode. All right, let's recap today's list of the most overpriced whiskeys. 5. Blanton Single Barrel. 4. Macallan 12 Sherry Oak. 3. WhistlePig 10-Year Rye. 2. Pappy Van Winkle 15. 1. Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Again, none of these are bad whiskeys. Some are excellent, but when you look at the price tags, they don't add up. Remember, the best whiskey isn't the rarest one, the flashiest one, or the one in a velvet bag. It's the one in your glass, shared with good company. If you liked today's episode, hit follow, leave a review, and share this with a friend who's been eyeing one of these bottles. Let's save someone's wallet together. This has been Whiskey Dan with Whiskey and Wisdom. Until next time, cheers.